Hey, what's going on, guys? We got a whole bunch of books to show. This is just the icing on the cake, I guess. It's what I picked up at my local shop last week or the week before. I didn't even go to the local shop last week, so should have another big haul next week, I guess. But before I get into these and all this other goodness sitting in front of me, let me get into the live chat real quick here. Of course, we got bad news, Chris Barrett. What is going on, man? Nice to see Barrett in the chat as usual. Of course, I forgot water, so yeah, that's fun. Comic Man Andy, what's going on, man? How you doing, Comic Man Andy? We got a show coming up, which I was going to plug, so we'll plug it now. Here at about 2 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Andy and I, maybe Chad, we'll see. Not Comic Core Chad, but 90 miles from Comics Chad. We'll be reviewing TMNT from the IDW run, volume 6 and 7 trades. And this is probably going to end up being our best read yet, so I can't wait to talk with those guys about it, hopefully. We got Animali Comics. Big shout out to Animali. Got a chance to watch a little bit of your video today and saw you shout it out October Read, so huge shout out. Go ahead and sub up Animali if you hadn't had a chance to already. It's got some fun, awesome videos over there. We got Samuel David with that awesome, tasty espresso or coffee going on in that pick as usual. And we got Luis Ramirez 504. What is going on, guys? Big thanks for hopping in and joining me for what probably really is the biggest haul of 2020. Like I said, this is just like, yeah, I kind of forgot about those books until I just started, but I got like a stack here. Another stack here. You guys know how it goes. They keep getting, I don't know what I'm thinking, bigger stacks. There's more here. So I figured since we're doing a turtle show tonight, I would have a special start time of 6 p.m. Eastern. That way I could at least get through these books. So we'll go ahead and just start showing some books because I'm guessing that's why a lot of you are here. I got Death Metal number 4. I don't know why I keep getting this book. I really don't. At least the covers are shiny and fun, and the art's great throughout, but I'm just not enjoying the story. But I don't know if it's going on for 7 issues. I might just stick it out till the end because I have pretty much the whole collection at this point. But yeah, I don't have a lot of great things to say about Death Metal. I got this for the blank cover. I thought that looked really cool, but I might read this. I might wait for it in hardcover form at this point because I did flip through it, and it seemed like it was pretty easy to get lost in this story. But Rorschach number 1, blank variant, where it's got the wraparound, Rorschach-looking piece of art there, so I thought that looked pretty awesome. We got the halfway point of Strange Adventures, issue number 6. So still really enjoying this book for sure. Probably my favorite DC book right now if Young Justice is going away. So I definitely recommend once this comes out in trade or hardcover, go ahead and check it out if you've been waiting on that. And then a couple cover buys, of course. I don't even know what X-Men book this is, but look how beautiful Phoenix looks on that Alex Ross Legendary, whatever they're calling them. So really enjoyed this. I'm not getting the whole set, just the ones I really like, but I think they're probably getting close to being done with these anyway. So probably getting too many more, but I had to get Phoenix for sure. And then I kind of forgot I told my guy to put this on my pull list. I got the Superboy Prime variant as well for Death Metal number 4. And I got to say, I'm not too thrilled with, I guess, face turn of Superboy Prime in this. No, I'm not buying it, but I still enjoy this cover. He's literally on the cover cracking skulls with one fist. So this guy does a face turn in this book. I don't buy it. So... But unfortunately, I literally did buy it, I guess. So there you go. That's actually what I picked up 2 weeks ago. And I'll be making my trip tomorrow, of course. Big shout out. We got Beyond the Blast Doors in the chat. What is going on, man? I'm assuming that's David. How you doing, David? Nice to see you in tonight's chat. Chris Parrott says, shiny book. And we got Stay Puft 1983. What is going on, man? Nice to see you in the chat. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started with my first auction victory I had a few weeks back. This one comes from the Comic Books NYC auction. I can't remember what he's called. It's like NYC CC, I think. It was like NYC Comic-Con to celebrate him, 900 subscribers, and it would have originally been New York Comic-Con, which no one could go to, unfortunately. But he had an auction on his channel, and J Hood J Hood Creative was giving out some phenomenal buy it now deals. So I got a package from him, and he actually threw in kind of some AOKs as well on top of it, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's pretty awesome. First one he threw in was Superman Annual number 9, just because he knows I like Superman and that older 80s style books. I'm sure this one was just another one in his collection, so really enjoyed that. And then he actually threw in this Creed and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because he knows I really like turtles. What makes this unique is he actually signed it, and he did work on this back in the day. He says, sorry about the water damage, one of his last copies. This is definitely no big deal at all, but hey, I like signatures, and he knows that, so really awesome here. He knows how much I would enjoy this, and I definitely will. And he also threw in this book called Worlds Apart, which he did the coloring in this book, and he got it signed by the entire creative team, and decided to give a copy to me, so that was really awesome. So threw that in. And then something called Thumpin' Guts. So I have no idea what this one is, but I'm assuming it's a pretty cool Simon Bisley cover. He might have did some work on this one as well. I don't know too much about this book, but I definitely have not seen that before. So really awesome. And then I almost forgot up here, he threw in like a little ink cell that he happened to have. I was very surprised to see this, but basically it's an ink cell that he did. You can kind of see the before and after by lifting up the actual cell part of the page like that. So I thought that was really awesome, and it actually has his name and authenticity stuff on the back. I won't show that because it has his address. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in here real quick. But yeah, big shout out to J Hood. He is way too kind and awesome. So thank you. All right, so the actual books I purchased from his claim sale were pretty good, and I do feel bad about this first one. I needed some of these sketches, and he had this deal where if you were the first person to actually type in claim, he would give a sketch to you for free. So I got 2 free sketches as a part of this too. But Big Will, if you're watching, I'm sorry, man, but I needed the Venom sketch. But I know Big Will was wanting these too. Eternals number 5. So it's very difficult to find these Eternals. I'm trying to put together as much of this run as possible before it gets too out of hand. So there's 7. And then issue number 8. We got issue number 9. And then 11. Sorry, I'm showing these too fast, but I got a lot to get through in a short time. We got issue number 12. And then issue number 17. And the sketch he threw in as a part of that, the reason I mainly wanted this lot is he threw in this sweet Venom sketch. He was doing sketches in between the lots. So the longer it took him between the lots, I guess, the more detail he's putting in the sketch. So this is the first one that was up for grabs. So I thought that was really awesome for a free throw-in for sure. So I had to have that. And we got Flicks and Comics. What's going on, JoJo? She's hanging out in the chat tonight as well. Thank you for hopping in. And then I actually bought 2 more books from him. The next sketch he gave me was this really cool Kingpin sketch where he sold a cigar and everything. So definitely be putting these 2 on the wall at some point. But this book I actually needed for the X-Men collection. And these dang X-Men books just keep going up in the Silver Age. But I got an X-Men 28. First appearance of Banshee, so that'll be definitely staying in the collection for a while. And he let me know about all the conditioning issues with it, which in my opinion aren't too bad. Some of the X-Men I have from this age are definitely much worse. So I was happy with this book. And then I would say this is a pretty good deal he cut on this book too, just because like any more obtaining this signature and waiting in line would definitely cost a lot more than how I bought this book from him, basically. Not to mention the fact that he threw in the Kingpin sketch. But I got another copy of Batman 608, and I always wanted a copy of this signed by Jim Lee. So he sold his copy signed by Jim Lee to me. So I thought that was really awesome. So very much worth it to get it from him rather than to wait in his when we get a chance to wait in lines again, that is, I suppose. So big thanks, J Hood, for this nice lot of books. For sure hooked it up on that. And like I said, sketches are always excellent. All right, so the next one, it's another eBay win. And I don't know if Copman Andy's out there still watching, but this lot, I think it was last week, he had a slab that came in one of those priority boxes. And it looks like someone sat on it and elbow dropped it. And I don't know if it hurt the slab or not. I don't think it did, but it looks like the box took the brunt of the damage. This was shipped. It was kind of like they made up their own Gemini mailer, which I kind of respected them for, but it was it wasn't a Gemini mailer. It was just cardboard flipped and like taped around it. But they were also supplied in a nice Ziploc gallon freezer bag, which was then put into basically this bag right here. So you got to respect the protection of a grocery bag around your comic books in the mail. But luckily, most of these are dollar books, so not a big deal. And I think this was free shipping on top of it, so I guess you get what you pay for, but come on, man. And before I show the books, I want to say a special shout out to Spidey Fan. He says Jim Lee GOAT. Yeah, I figured if you saw this, you would very much like that Jim Lee signature. So nice to see Spidey Fan in the chat. But the books I got, like I said, most of these, I think I paid $15 for this lot. There's one book I wanted in this whole lot. The rest I already own and can be obtained for $1. But nonetheless, it's a great run. It's the Superboy Jeff Lemire run. And most of these are the 8 covers. So you've probably seen this issue number 1 before. I really enjoy this run. If there's anybody looking for most of these issues, let me know. There's issue 3. Really cool crypto cover there. Him in the background. Issue number 5. Like I said, I have pretty much every one of these. You're probably asking yourself why I bought this lot. There's 6 and 7 as well, the 8 covers. The main reason I wanted it is because I'm trying to get the B covers on it as well. And this B cover does not go for cheap ever. It was like a $20-some-odd book on its own on eBay, or at the very least, like people would still buy it for $15, the price I paid for this lot plus shipping. That's Superboy number 4. Just because it's an Art Germ cover, and Art Germ definitely has his collectors out there that have to have every Art Germ cover, but at the same time, I have to have every Connor Kent cover. So I think he also did an Action Comics one, if I remember right. So I'm still on the lookout for that one. But yeah, Superboy number 4. I was happy to get this for a reasonable price, and it's pretty close to being unread, I think. So can't find these B covers too often. Luckily, it'll go with the Superboy number 1 B cover by John Cassaday I already have in the collection. So happy to get that at least. Let's see what Chris Barrett's saying in here. He says, at least you got bags and boards. Last time I had books shipped to me in a grocery bag, they were in no bags and boards. We're getting to that next one, you gotta think. So at least, yeah, those were in bags and boards. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and show the next one. I was going to save this one for a little bit later because it does have a big boy book in it. Yeah, so the one with the big boy book in it had no bags and boards. And the funny thing about this lot is I didn't realize until after I paid, this person lives 15 minutes away from me. Had I known that, I would have at least won the auction and maybe messaged this person to see if they want to do a local pickup. But I understand with COVID and where the world is, maybe they didn't want to do that. I understand, but I still probably should have looked and see where these books were coming from before I just randomly paid, because it was media mail too. But I got a good deal on it. I figured I'd take the gamble. But yeah, I should have reached out to the buyer just to see, or the seller, you know what I'm talking about. I should have reached out to the person selling the books and try to go just obtain them myself rather than having USPS ship them. They ship them 45 minutes the opposite direction just to ship them back an hour my direction. So that took an extra week just to get the books in hand. So who knows how many times I literally heard them being thrown on my porch. Thank you, local post office people. I appreciate that. But we'll show the books. And by the way, what's going on, Mr. Gretzky? Nice to see you, man. We got a chance to chat last night on Modern Men. Check that out in the link below. We did Long Halloween. But it was an Iron Man lot. So we'll show you some of the Iron Man books. We got issue number 23. Most of these are in surprisingly good condition. Unfortunately, the key book is the one in the worst condition, but hey, that's the way it goes typically. So you got 23, which is in really nice condition. Number 67. And I had to bag and board these myself. I don't know if I made that clear. These were not bagged and boarded. They did not come in the Mylars. Here's an issue 150. This one's at least an upgrade for me. I already had this cover, but it's hard to find this one with, out spine ticks all over the back and side there. The only flaw is it seems like I always get this crease. And you don't know how well you see by Dr. Doom's cape there on that corner. There's a color breaking crease that goes all the way through the side there. But this is also signed on the inside by Bob Layton. So bonus signature that the seller didn't even know about. So I'll definitely take that all day. So happy to get this one in there. 174. Issue 91. Whoops, they are completely out of order. We got issue 115, Cool Ramita Jr. 175. And then you could probably guess the big boy book. This one, no bag, no board. Luckily, it's kind of in the middle of everything, but at least I got, it's not completely ripped apart, but I got an Iron Man 55 in the mail. It's not the worst condition in the world. It does have quite a bit of stress on the corner there, and it has chipping along the bottom corner. So, like I said, not the world's greatest condition, but looking at it from this direction and that Mylar, it is a very nice quality copy to put on the wall, at least look at for sure. But happy to have first Thanos, first Drax in the collection finally. Thought that was an awesome book. Probably just figure out a way to get this on my wall, because I was just happy to get this book in the collection for a pretty dang affordable price. I paid way under what this is actually worth, luckily. I've seen covers go for the same price as what I paid for this whole lot that was like half destroyed. So very happy to get this, but dang, we use bags and boards if we ship stuff. Please, for the love of God, this could have ended up a lot worse. So happy to have that in the collection. All right, so we'll go ahead. You know, I went to Half Price Books last week, so we'll go ahead and show those books. I still need to bag and board these. We got Tagar Paramartha, one of my newest subscribers, in the chat. What is going on, Tagar? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Once he gets, there we go, on the StreamYard side there. What is going on? Nice to see you in tonight's chat. But for the $1.20 books, I'll start with the dollar ones. We got another copy of Infinite Crisis, number 5, for $1. Can't beat that. So every time I see these Infinite Crises, I end up buying them for whatever reason. I think I might put this in my 500 subscriber giveaway, since I have to make another box now. By the way, thank you guys so much once again for getting me over 500 subscribers. So there will be a second place prize, or I don't even know if I call it second place. There will be a second prize where the books will be bagged and boarded. I promise you. We got Action Comics number 34. This is a B cover selfie variant by Gary Frank, one of Drew Manchu's favorite artists for sure. He's holding a little kitty cat there. So $1 for a B cover. And then I just didn't have this one in the collection. I'm a sucker for these 90s Green Lanterns, but I got Green Lantern Corp Quarterly, issue number 1. I feel like this is a first appearance of some sort, but I don't know. I just enjoy these 90s Green Lanterns for $1. Figured why not go ahead and pick that one up. And then I got me a whole bunch of 20 centers. So I said I still need to bag and board these bad boys, but I got Booster Gold, issue 26 from Blackest Night. This is a second printing. I already have the first printing. I figured why not go and get the second one for 20 cents. It's got that cool orange background, and orange is definitely one of my favorite colors. Just notice there's a little bit of color rub on this one, but I still enjoy these Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada Daredevils. So I figured for 20 cents I could not go wrong. I think I only have the J. Scott Campbell cover on this one. I couldn't remember if I had this one, so I figured why not go ahead and throw it in the pile for 20 cents. Got a Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 6 Civil War II tie-in. It's actually in not bad condition for what I find some of these in. So I've been trying to be pretty picky on, even if I think it's a decent book, if it's still jacked up, I just end up leaving it in the box so I don't have a stack this tall. Infinity Crusade number 4. I'm not the biggest fan of Infinity Crusade, but I wasn't going to leave this in there for 20 cents. Are you kidding me? It's cool Ron Lim art, to say the least. I keep finding these Marvel superhero specials. I got 1992's Winter Special, and that's actually in pretty decent condition for a square-bound book. Another J. Scott Campbell. We got Danger Girl Cliffhanger Special from 99. Definitely needs a cleaning of some sort, and I guess it's a flip cover I just noticed, because there's the flip side. And that one's by Arthur Adams. And then you got J. Scott Campbell. What is not the love there? And we got some Ordway Superman action. We got Adventures 443. I thought this one was in decent condition, so I threw it in the pile. Batwing 0. Don't know too much about Batwing, but figured why not go ahead and pick that one up. Blackest Night 0. Once again, every time I see Blackest Night, I end up just picking it up for whatever reason. So even though it's a good freebie book to get, even if it was 20 cents, I would pay for it. I don't know what I was thinking. And the last one, I got Adventures of Superman. This one's $4.31. Thought that was an awesome cover. Once again, Jerry Ordway around that time was doing some killer work on Superman. So I'll definitely be sorting those in for sure. Look at this. We got my first subscriber ever, Fish Tropics, hanging out in the chat. What is going on, Fish Tropic? Spidey fan says he hopes Andy's beard is keeping him warm, and it is definitely getting cold up north. I'm sure it's actually pretty chilly here. You don't see me wearing a hoodie much in this room. I'll probably be sweaty by the end of this somehow, but yeah, usually it gets like 80 degrees during non-fall and winter. So the haul continues with, I wanted to hit these antique shops just in case they decide to like close or reduce hours during the fall and winter seasons. And usually November, December, my workload picks up quite a bit. So I figured this would be my last opportunity, or one of the last opportunities for the year, for me to go to this shop, or two shops, the same vendor, but he has two different booths at two different stores. I need to find out if he has more options. I feel like there's more antique shops, and I feel like I'd be missing out if he had a third booth I didn't know about. So I may have to find the guy's email again. But this is actually 2 trips worth, or 2 booths worth, same trip, I guess. By the way, what is going on? JP's budget collecting. What is going on, JP? I think I'm supposed to be on his channel next Thursday. I think we're doing November the 5th. V for Vendetta. We're going to do that review next week, so look out for that. I think we're still on schedule, hopefully, for all of that. That'll be awesome. And I don't know where the Mastodon is at, but I know he'd like this one. Weird War Tales number 10. I may try to hit this one up on October Reads if I find time, which I think I will. But Weird War Tales number 10. Donnie has definitely been suggesting these on his Instagram. So I figured if I see one, I'll pick it up. And luckily there was one that was really in good condition for $3. So most of the top of this pile I paid about $3 for. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 $5 books in here. But I think they're all well worth it. So I got Bernie Wrightson, Master of the Macabre, issue number 3. So I think I have issue 1 on this, but I don't have issue 2. Now I have issue 3 at least. So like I said the other day, anytime I see a Bernie Wrightson, I pretty much automatically pick it up. We've got Warlock 15. And this one's not too bad condition, but I accidentally bought 2 copies of this on this trip, and I'll tell you why here in a few. But this is the $3 copy I bought, and I thought it was a nice, slick copy of this. I believe that is an awesome, just Jim Starlin work of art there. And stupid me, I forgot to update my Uncanny X-Men filler list. So I think some of these are doubles. Any doubles in here, I'm probably just going to calculate later down the line and put in my second box for October Reads and the 500 subscriber contest. So if you recognize any doubles, you might end up winning them somewhere down the line. So we got Uncanny 179. Like I said, I was doing some sorting last night, and I was like, that looks familiar. And then, of course, I had that trip the day before. But we got 181 and then 182. So just some run filler for me. We've got the Savage She-Hulk 22, Ed McGuinness B cover. I've never seen this one before. I don't know if this was one of those ones that went for a bit for a while, but I just love the swipe to the original appearance of She-Hulk. Thought that was awesome for camera. I think $3 or $4 is all I paid for that. Chris is asking some questions about October Reads. He says I have like 3 days left. And he asked if there's any EC. I still need to find a way to read a Golden Age book. I did a little bit of research on a few, and I just hadn't found any I was happy with actually reading. So, yeah, it's not like Comixology has a wide library of Golden Age stuff. Or if there is, somebody let me know, and I'll read it and then give you guys an entry into the contest. So I just wasn't happy with too much stuff. I even tried the Hoopla library app, and they had like a big, huge hardcover, but I didn't want to just read one excerpt from one book. If I want to pick a book, I want to read the whole thing. So, yeah. Warlock, number 11, another Starlin. Good condition on that one, so I picked it up. And then the last one, I think this is my $5 purchase from this trip. Spectacular Spider-Man 27. And I believe this is the first time Frank Miller worked on Daredevil. So this is a book I've been looking for a minute, but I didn't want to pay much for it. So I was happy to pay a $5 bill on this one here, and it's not beat up at all. So yeah, and Dave Cockrum did the awesome cover, of course. So all right, time for the $2 ones. Let's see what Chris Barrett's saying. He says, online, I'll send you pictures of a complete EC reprint containing 2 EC issues. Yeah, for sure. I'll put it on the, if nothing else, just either throw it to me on Instagram or the Comic Core Discord. So awesome. Thank you, man. All right, so we got some $2 finds, which I think this was my most successful trip to an antique shop in a very long time. So I didn't pay a bit over $2 for one of these. I actually left the tags on them so you guys could see them. So I couldn't believe what I was pulling out of these bins for $2. So we've got some Forever People number 9, $2. Like I said, if you see Jack Kirby, you're probably gonna pay $2. So got that one for $2. Like, why wouldn't I? I would have been silly to leave that. I got a couple Batman Adventures, issue number 10. These are getting harder to find in dollar bins because more and more people are getting nostalgic for this whole run. So I figured, why not go and pay $2 for 10? I got an issue 11, and I already have an issue 13 in the collection. So maybe there's good hope for that issue 12. Now that I have everything around that, maybe one day we'll get that stealth buy on that issue 12. I'm not paying full price. They had 2 copies of this book. I didn't get greedy. I left 1 copy in the bins. It did have more spine ticks on it, so I didn't care to really pick it up. But this book's always a good one to pick it up if you see it. It's NYX issue number 1. And people are just crazy about like the 7-issue miniseries just because halfway through, that's where X-23 makes her first appearance. So therefore, somehow all these NYX books get a little bit of heat behind them and make their way out of dollar bins. But I was happy to find a probably an upgrade copy for me of my issue number 1. So got that. Here's a book like mid-2000s me would be laughing at for buying for $2 for sure, because it used to be worth a lot more, like $40. But Origin number 1, like, why wouldn't I? This is one of those things back in the day. Like, I thought I was going to pay $40 plus for it. I can't remember like what I ended up picking up my original copy for, because this book was white hot back in the day. It's kind of like, you know, looking back to the 90s and Gen 13 and all that stuff. Now this is like that book of the 2000s, where now the buzz has just completely died down to where you can buy it for $2. So I was happy to throw another one of those in the pile. Once again, more Jack Kirby. We got Jimmy Olsen, number 138. So slowly getting all these like Kirby, Jimmy Olsen's in the list too. I already have the first Dark Side from when I was a kid. So luckily I don't have to hunt those issues down. Here's the second copy of Warlock number 15 I bought on this trip. It is a downgrade, but however, I didn't notice it, so I picked it up in the pile. It is a Pince variant, so don't see these in the wild too often. So this came from overseas, so I thought that was pretty awesome to get a chance to buy a Pince variant for $2. Here's a late run G.I. Joe that I needed for my run. G.I. Joe 145. Anything around this, like 140s, 150s especially, goes for like $10 or more. So to get it for $2, very happy with that purchase. Got another Jack Kirby for $2. New Gods number 6, because why wouldn't I? Fantastic Four 110 early bronzer. So whoops, these all. I like these Ultra Pro bags. These are like the top of the line bags you get in the 90s, but they are kind of slick. So I got that for $2. Not the world's greatest condition, but still a fun book to have. Let's see. Just a good Arthur Adams cover and art on the inside. We got X-Men Annual number 12. So got some X-Babies in there. Gotta love the X-Babies. So I might throw that one in the giveaway as well. We'll see. Got some Buffy the Vampire Slayer here. And actually, I almost bought this from his previous booth for $3. But luckily, I put that back, and then I found it for $1 cheaper later. And then, wait a minute, what's that on the corner there? Newsstand? Yeah, that's right. I got a newsstand Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 1 photo cover on that. Just absolutely beautiful. So I think I have the, I think there's like an Arthur Adams cover for this as well, or maybe that was a different run. There's so many Buffy Dark Horses in the late 90s when this show hit. I've lost track at this point, but hey, I didn't have this. Definitely I wanted it in the collection. So, and it's newsstand. What's not to love there? We've got some Dave Stevens. I know some people love him, some Dave Stevens. Sweet Elvis cover on Crossfire and Rainbows, number 4. So 4/4. So slowly starting to collect some of these Dave Stevens covers. I could never find these for the longest time. And 2 trips in a row from this guy, I ended up getting some Dave Stevens goodness. So got that. It's just really awesome. I got the first print of Batman TMNT number 3. I was missing this one out of the collection. I have the second print of issue 3. So luckily I found a first printing finally for $2. Once again, anything Turtles doesn't like to find its way into the dollar bins, even if it's a crossover or not. And I also found another copy of issue number 1, first print for $2. So I already had this one, but I figured why leave it? So just keep adding on to the pile. And then these, I'll show the next one real quick, and then I'll hype up the last 3. Rima the Jungle Goer for $2. Cool. Yeah, Joe Kubert did this awesome cover. So my local shop was selling this for like $20 or $30 a few weeks back. So that's how I knew to pay $2 for it this week. So I was happy to pay my $2. And then I don't know why these last 3 were in $2 bins. I really don't. At least one of them definitely has like some water damage and that type of stuff. But I would have been stupid to leave this one behind. That's the Superman 199, the first Flash Superman race. Like, I was looking for this book for I don't know how many years, and it took a poor man's comics to A-OK this to me at a con for me to get my hands on it. So fast forward to 2 days ago, and I find a copy for $2. So very happy to get a copy of this. I might keep one in the collection and put one on my wall. I don't know what I'm going to do with this copy yet, because it is an extra. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll end up in a giveaway at some point, but it is beat up on the bottom. It looks like someone just like dipped it from the top in like some water or sink or something. But, you know, with the pressing, who knows what would happen to it. I need to actually open it up. Probably Mylar it. I just wanted to leave it up in this bag so you guys could see the $2 price tag on that. But yeah, $2 for this. Like, why would I ever leave that? And then here's another one I've been looking for a while. It's not the world's most valuable book or anything. It's just since the Infinity War movie hit and Endgame, the values went pretty hot on this. And luckily, they've started to come down quite a bit. But I was still surprised this dude put $2 on this, because he has a glass case where things are marked up like 10 times. So I don't know why this one wasn't in there. But Silver Surfer 34, The Big Return of Thanos. And, I mean, you get a lot of Jim Starlin, Ron Lim on the title, too. So very surprised to find this one for $2. So I was very happy to get this finally. I always see the issue 44, the first Infinity Gauntlet. And then I think I'll be pretty good on most of this Silver Surfer run. There's not too many other books I need from this run at this point. So I was excited to find that. And then the last one, I was almost done. I was like, I can't believe I found all this stuff. And then this is the last book I pulled out. And I was just like, really? Okay, I'll throw it in the pile. That is Suicide Squad issue number 48. So this is one of those books you don't see around too often. I think it was kind of low print run because it was an issue 48 of Suicide Squad. It wasn't the most popular book back in the day. But this is basically like considered the indirect sequel to A Killing Joke. So I definitely want to give this a read at some point, but this has always been like an inflated value book because, like I said, it's deep in the Suicide Squad run, so not too many people had it on their pull list, and they decided to make it a sequel to Killing Joke. Rather than how direct that is now, who knows? I want to read it and figure it out for myself, but it's like that and issue 23, I think, are the 2 you need to get for Oracle and Batgirl out of this run. So I was happy to get this one for sure. And that's the books I got from last week and last week before that. So most of it was from the last 5 days. So yeah, a lot of great buys there. But we haven't even got into the main event here, which you guys know at this point is typically original art from me. So here's the one I haven't even had a chance to post on Instagram yet. I was going to post it on Sunday, but I kept getting a lot of likes and buzz for this other one, so I figured I just post it on Instagram next week. But I'll show you 9 people who are in here now, which thank you guys for sticking with me. I got a Drew Moss commission in the mail. He does pretty good work with color and that stuff, I thought. And I always wanted a Blue Beetle commission, so this is what he ended up giving me. Shipped pretty much like within 2 days of when I got my other piece I'll show here in a second. But really awesome sketch. It was very, like, pretty far under the $100 limit I have on most of my purchasing of sketches. So I was happy to pay the price I did for this head and shoulder sketch here. So Drew Moss, really, really efficient too. Like, the last 2 guys kind of spoiled me with communication and layouts and breakdowns. And he didn't really email me too much at all, but he emailed me when it counted. He sent me the tracking number within like 2 weeks of the initial agreement to do the commission. So I thought that was really awesome. So very happy with my Blue Beetle. I'll definitely be putting this on my wall sooner than later. Still got to hang that Shazam back there too at some point. He's just been hanging out there for a couple weeks, but yeah, a very awesome sketch. Got to get this posted online at some point besides here, but yeah, a lot of great detail on there. We'll be putting that up on the wall. And then my other one, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen already, but I got a commission an artist named Dean Kotz, which I think in my Instagram post, I put his link and everything. He basically has a big cartel store you go to, you add a commission to your cart, you put in the notes what you want, and then that's it. He'll email you from there. So you don't even really need to like go through instant messaging or direct messaging to try to negotiate prices or everything. He has fixed prices. He has a store. He'll close the store when he's not taking commission. So it's a really good program, I think. And once you buy your commission, he's really good with communication too. So it probably took only like 2 or 3 weeks to get this in hand from when I originally ordered it. And here it is. It's the Rorschach sketch I got. And this was like about the same price as the Drew Moss Blue Beetle, which that's a great commission too for the price, but I could not believe the price he charged for this. Like, I've never had this much detail put into a commission before. You get like the entire background of the city of New York. You get perps being beat up on the ground. You get just like the blood and the soot drawn on the ground. And of course, a full body of the character request in the middle. So I have not had this much detail done in sketch probably since, I don't know, the Daryl Banks I got maybe. But even then, like he drew a little bit of the background on the bottom. He didn't do like the full scape of New York. So yeah, I ordered another one from him today. So I may end up ordering the whole Watchmen line. We'll see. But I ordered a comedian next because he seems to be really awesome at drawing these like gritty characters and landscapes. Like if you go to his website, you can look at his gallery. And if you're thinking about getting some from him, I'll just say the price. I paid $80 for this. If you guys are interested in going and ordering your own commission, I can't recommend it enough. And like I said, he's pretty good with communication, has a great turnaround time, and you can kind of look at the gallery. He does color sketches too, but personal preference, I enjoyed his black and white work quite a bit more than the color stuff that he did. I don't know. It'll probably take longer to get in hand as well for him adding colors, but I thought this was one of the better sketches. I think probably because I have it in hand and I ordered it, I prefer this to anything else that was posted on his gallery, obviously. But yeah, he killed it on this. And then he was nice enough to throw in a sketch card for free. Signed it, "Thanks, Carson. Best wishes, Dean." So I now need to get like a little holder for this as well. And just a cool Night Owl 2 there. So yeah, I was extremely happy with this sketch for sure. So I highly recommend Dean Kotz. That's Kotz. Yeah, it's not written down. It's just Dean on the back of the card. But yeah, I highly recommend hitting this guy up for sure, getting some art if you guys are feeling the withdrawals from the cons like we all are, I'm sure. So if you guys are looking for that cheap stuff, hit this guy up. You won't be disappointed. So all right, let's see who's in the chat, and then let's get part 1 of my, like, I guess 3 videos wrapped up tonight. We still got Animali Comics says, "Great drawing. Thank you." We got JP saying it's really cool. Samuel David likes it as well. Still got Comic Man Andy and Chris Barrett hanging out. Assuming Barrett's sending me that link to the EC comic stuff. But yeah, I think it's time for some plugs. So here in about an hour and 20 minutes right here on this channel. Actually, I think I put the link down below if you guys want to bookmark it, do the notification gimmick and all that stuff. Comic Man Andy and I will be doing Turtle Talk Tuesday. with more TMNT from the IDW run. And I think this may be the strongest read yet of the 3 or 4 series we've read so far on it. So we're doing volume 6 and 7. It's the storyline that really ramps up the Turtles versus Shredder. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens with Casey Jones and Leonardo. You may get some Bebop and Rocksteady thrown in there randomly. It's a lot of great fun. So join us for that if you guys are into Turtles and taking that ride with us, reading the TMNT stuff. We may switch it up a little bit on our next episode following and read like a volume 1 or the TMNT animated adventure stuff. We'll see. If you guys have any input on that, please shout it out. Let me know what you guys think. We still got October reads going on. Last night I posted 27 from Charles Soule. Tonight I think I'm going to visit the World of Man-Thing. I need to reread it because I'm still just trying to figure out Man-Thing as it is. So I figured I visited Swamp Thing 3 times. It's time to compare and contrast Man-Thing. We got JLS Comics hopping in the chat. He's just here lurking. What is going on, JLS? Nice to see you in the chat. So yeah, check out October reads. We're getting to the tail end of things. So we still have 28, 29, 30, and then 31. Episode 31 is going to end with Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison. Really looking forward to finally getting a chance to read that for the first time. I still haven't really decided what I'm going to fill in the gaps with, but I only got like 2 episodes left to do in between that I haven't really completely thought about doing. So we'll see. If you guys have any ideas like Chris Barrett, just get them in while you can, because I'm probably never doing this again. And then just a huge shout out to everybody who helped get me over 500 subscribers. I will be doing probably a contest giveaway update. We'll say Thursday, because tomorrow I'll be traveling. We're going to look for some Last Ronin action and stuff like that. So that'll give me another day. I got to fill up another one of these priority boxes for sure. So big thanks once again, guys, for getting me over 500 subscribers. There will be a second priority box put in to that contest. And like I said, I might have a third that's kind of like a mystery giveaway for some of those who have been kind of faithful in getting comments down on the October read stuff. We got Who Dat? Comics and Movies. What's going on, Who Dat? Says, hey, he's still real. Been telling people. Let me check. Yeah, I'm still real, man. Thanks for stopping by, Who Dat. I know he's looking forward to the Last Ronin action tomorrow, which brings me to my kind of next point. I'm going to try to get Last Ronin read as soon as I can tomorrow. Get it home, get it read. If I can get it like a Comixology copy. I don't know when they post on Comixology, but if they say post it like midnight or in the morning, I might try to get it read as soon as I can, because at some point tomorrow, hopefully by 3 o'clock, I'm going to do a review and have it up on this channel of Last Ronin. So I definitely want to get a review of that out. So those who don't want to pay $8 or $9 for their copy can just come in and see what happened in the book, basically, and if it's worth getting. It's probably going to be worth getting. So Who Dat says he ordered so many copies of different covers. Yeah, I think we all did, man. I think I got at least 3 copies reserved at this point. I'm making a trip up north to Indianapolis just to see if I can get a couple more copies for the I don't know what kind of prices they're going to throw on them. JLS says there's like 71 covers for that book. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting 71 copies of it, but I'll at least get, my reader copy. And then I got a couple variants on the way, and then we'll see if I get any of the incentives tomorrow or not. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So like I said, tonight I'm going to be doing the 3 shows. This Turtle Tuesday, October reads. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Last Ronin review, another October reads, and then Thursday we'll be doing a contest update, and then Friday we'll be back with Comic Core Fridays. I'm sure we'll have some sort of fun-filled episode for you guys. Who knows what? You never know what's going to happen on the Friday show. And then maybe Saturday night. It'd probably be Sunday. Sunday night we'll probably do the giveaway, depending on how my work schedule ends up. So look for the. I'll try to schedule that as soon as I get the information, but. Either November 1st, November 2nd, we'll definitely be back here. I might try to get some other people on with me just to have like moderators for the chat and that stuff, because I want to give away some books. Like I said, I'll be giving away probably at least 3 prize packages, and maybe if people turn up to that, I might have like a 4th, a 5th, a 6th prize package. Who knows? I'm crazy. You never know what's going to happen. As you can see by today's haul, I have way too many books. So yeah, like I said, I have doubles that I just put in this pile. So I've got this big table over here. See, look at that. There's this stuff everywhere. So I don't have room for all this, so I'm going to probably just end up giving some of it to you guys. So stay tuned this weekend for details on giveaways. So once October Reads is over, we're going to do the 2 priority box giveaways. Thursday, I'll show you what goes in priority box 2. And then, yeah, we'll see what from this stack today goes in that. So big shout out. We got Tacoma Comics. What is going on, man? Nice to see Tacoma in the chat. He says, can he claim the table, JLS? We'll see. There's probably going to be some doubles on that table that I'm going to have to give away because I don't really like dealing with eBay. I don't really like dealing with the auctions anymore. I just like to get the stuff given away. So it's just easier for the effort. But I think with all that, I'm going to let you guys go. Like I said, hit up Dean Kotz at deankotz.com. Awesome commission work. Hit the links below. Bub's Comics is here. He says restart the show. I think he's been waiting for me to say goodbye for a while, but I'll catch you guys again here in about an hour and 15 minutes for Turtle Tuesday. Till next time, guys, thank you so much.